Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the first time I went wedding dress shopping and also my experience of saying yes to the dress. So my first wedding dress appointment was on Saturday, September 16th at 10:30. I went to David's Bridal. I wanted to hopefully find something local if I could, because if I was going to be driving for alterations, I did not want to be driving a very far distance. I'm already not a big fan of driving long distances, so I figured that short distance would be perfect. So I ended up having my mom and just my best friend Justin with me. So they came up to meet me. They actually spent the whole weekend with me, but so what we ended up doing was just meeting at my house, and then I just drove over to go to the appointment so that way we weren't driving two cars everywhere. So we showed up to the appointment probably 15 minutes early, and I walk in and I start the registration process, and she says, you know, you guys are a little bit early, so if you want to walk around and look around a little bit, you can, and then whenever your consultant is ready, she'll come over to get you. Okay, so I already had some pictures on my phone saved of like dresses that I really liked, so I kind of already knew what I wanted to try on. So since Justine was up, I was like, well, how about we just look at your stuff first? So we ended up going to her section, and we were pulling out a couple pieces that we liked, a couple different designs, trying to look for the right color. And then maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes later, a girl comes over to grab me, and she said, I'm ready for you. Have you picked out any pieces on the bridal side? And I showed her my phone, and I said, you know, these are the dresses that I had picked out that I really liked. We walk over there, and she shows me like the whole front section was like everything open, so you can actually feel it and touch it. And then the rows behind that, they were all closed. And then here was like the clearance section. I pulled out the dresses that I liked pretty quickly because I already knew what they looked like. I picked out probably 6 to 8 dresses that I really liked that I wanted to try on, which were also the pictures that I had saved on my phone on the app. So she said, you know, we can only do 2 at a time, but which one would you like to try on first? The one that I wanted to try on first was my favorite that I found online. And so we go over to my area, and I was dressing room number 32. I was dressing room number 32. And she pulls out my first dress, and we go back into the room, and I have to like put on this, like, it's not like a corset thing, but it's like, I don't know, this tight thing with like a bra, and like it's a little bit longer, and then you had to put on this slip thing that pulls up, and it has like fluffy stuff on the bottom. I don't know, I'm probably really bad at explaining it, but that's what it was like. So after I had that stuff on, then to get into your dress, you have to like dive into a dress. So you can either like step into some of the dresses, but some of the dresses you literally have to like dive in there. So she'll like ruffle everything up, and then like she'll have like an opening like this, and you just go like this, and you like dive in head first, and then she just kind of shimmies it down, and then you just like turn around, she zips it up or ties it up, whatever for you. So that was kind of interesting. So anyways, I put my first dress on, and where my mom and Justine were sitting, there wasn't any mirrors. It was like just looking at the other rooms that they had, so I couldn't see what I looked like until after I got out and then turned around. So what I did was, as soon as I got into a dress, I would come out and I would let them look at it first, and I would watch their reactions, and then I would turn around and look at it myself. So I walked out for the first dress, and my mom was like, I don't know, she just kind of got big eyes and she started crying, and I'm like, okay, well, either that means like she hates it, or she's just reacting because it's my first dress, or she loves it, like I'm not sure. And Justine like just like was kind of like, I don't know, just like looked kind of like in love, like very like satisfied, like that is definitely you. So I'm like, okay, that's not like such a bad thing. So I turn around and I'm like, oh my god, like I wasn't like, is it just because this is my first dress that I've ever tried on, or like is it just because this one's the one? Like I was like so in love. It was so beautiful. It was so me. I felt like a princess. So we walk over towards the end of their little runway area, and I get to stand on the end so I can like look back and like see the back of it. So freaking beautiful. The train isn't super long, so like that's what I wanted. I didn't want an extremely long train, especially because we're getting married outside. I didn't want to get like extremely dirty. So yeah, it was so beautiful, and I'm just like sitting there and I'm playing with it, and I'm playing with it, I'm playing with it. I just freaking love it. and she's like, do you want to try on a veil? And I'm like, I might never like try on another dress again if we do that. But so we tried on a veil, and the veil looks like it was just like made for the dress. Like they went together perfectly, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, so this is gonna be a very tough one to beat because I'm in love. And like as soon as I put that dress on, like I noticed that like my heart would like beat really, really fast. It's kind of like fluttering, and I wasn't sure if it was just because it was my first dress or because like it was actually the one. So we put that on. I loved it. The only thing I didn't like was that the bottom was like really big, and I didn't want to be so big where like I couldn't like walk through something and like have to like push everybody aside because I was so big. So the bottom is like really poofy, but she's like, whenever we take the thing off, like it's not going to be that big. So we tried another dress. My second dress I really liked. If I can figure out how to put pictures on, I will. It was pure white. The first dress I put on was ivory. This was pure white. And it was super pretty. I loved the top. The bottom I wasn't super in love with. It just seemed like too simple elegant for me. Like it just didn't scream me. So I did love it. And then I tried on another dress. I'm trying to remember the order that I tried them on. I think I tried on oh, like a low-waisted one that just like went to my waist. It wasn't mermaid, but it was just like a longer one. And it had like a beaded belt around here, and they're all sweetheart so far. And then the bottom was just like super big, ruffly, not like ruffly, but like wavy-ish looking. And I liked it. It was super pretty, but the bottom was just too much for me. The top looked nice, but the bottom was too much. And the thing about it was because I'm already so long, I looked extra long with that kind of fit. So my torso just looked kind of weird. So then I tried on a mermaid one, which I tried to step into, and my butt was too big, so I had to go over the top. And it was still kind of tight, but we made it work. And it was super cute too, but it just like, it wasn't me. The bottom looked really cheap. Like the top looked super pretty, and then the bottom was like kind of like, oh, I just ran out of money. You know, so I didn't really like that it didn't go to like together very well. And then maybe I didn't try on as many as I did. So that was 4 dresses. And then at that point they're like, you know, you keep finding things wrong with all the dresses. Like, is it because you're just so in love with the first one and you really don't like it? Like, what are things you don't and you do like? So they end up saying, you know, let's just try on one more dress, and then if you want we can go back to the first one. So I'm like, okay. So there was like 3 dresses. I might have tried on another dress before this, but I don't know, that I had to choose from. There's one that they pulled. One was sleeves I really liked. So there must have been another dress that I put on, the one with like the skinny strap sleeves. And I liked it, but again, it just didn't scream me. So it must have been a 6th one that I tried on for the last time. It was one that they pulled that I thought I would like, and then it was another one that I pulled out from the picture that I thought I would like, and I just didn't care for the bottom in person. So then we ended up putting like that one on, I think, and it just wasn't it. And then I went back to my original one, and it just, I don't know, when I put on the second time, I kind of instantly got like kind of emotional. I didn't cry, but I definitely got teary-eyed, and like I could like feel my throat like tightening up a little bit. Like you want to cry, but you're like trying to compose yourself. So yeah, I just felt like a princess, and I could not stop touching it. And they said that that's one thing about when you find your dress, you can't stop touching it, and I did not do that with the other dresses. So we put my veil back on, and then we added in the little crown. At first I put like a big crown on it, and I'm just like, didn't really care for it. So then they put on like a smaller one that just like matched my veil, and it was like, okay, this is it. Totally it. I just freaking loved it. I just, I don't know, like it makes me like, you know, like when you see like a really cute guy, like when I saw Devin, I got like super hot and bothered. Like that's how I feel about this dress. Like I just love it so freaking much. So I'm just like standing in it, and I'm just like looking at it, I'm so in love, and she's like, is this your dress? And I'm like, yes, I love it. At first I was like, I like it, and she's like, you like it? And I'm like, no, I love it. So she's like, are you saying yes to the dress? And I'm like, yes, I'm saying yes to this dress. So then she comes over with this little bell, and she said that there's a tradition where when you find your dress, it's not, or when you find your dress, you're supposed to make a wish for yourself and also your wedding day, but it won't come true until you ring the bell. So I closed my eyes, I made my wishes, and then I rang the bell, and then they're supposed to come true. So I obviously can't tell you what I wished for. But, so yeah, I did that, and then we're trying to like go over paperwork, so we added in the dress, the veil, the crown, the, what is it called, like when you send it out in the little box, you send it out in the box to get it preserved. We did that, and then she said that was originally $200, but if I bought it that day it was only $99, so I ended up going with it. And then you could either get a clear bag or the pure white one like I did, because I didn't want Devin to see it, like not meaning to, but on accident. So the thing about my dress was when I put it on, it fit like a glove. Like it literally fit like a glove. She just like zipped it up and it was like perfect, just like it was tailored to me. And I also found out that it was the only one that they had in the store, so it was just like magical that my size was my dress, you know what I mean? Like it was in my size and it was the dress I wanted. So apparently like someone ordered it in and ended up like not liking it, so they just had it at the store and they ended up buying something else, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so freaking weird like how it worked out. And they did have it like in a blush color, and I love pink, like that is super cute, but I didn't even look at it or try it because I just feel like I wouldn't feel like a bride. You know, I originally wanted completely white, like pure white, and then I put on the ivory and I'm like, I'm in love. I love it so much. So this is the big white bag that I got, and a little sticker that they put on your door. It's so freaking heavy. This is my first time I've like opened it since that day. It's so beautiful. I want to wear it like all the time. I got my veil, which I guess I can't really show, but like whenever like you see the beading, it just like it matches the top of the dress so freaking well. And then I have my little crown, which is so perfect. I have the preservation kit on the bottom, which is just a big, like literally huge box that I have to send it into after we get married so they can like preserve it for me. And then my actual dress is this. So that's the front of it. The bottom is ruffly, and this is the back, and it's just like, it's so huge, but it's so big, it's so beautiful, it's so me. So I had to take the one at the store, which is why I have it already. Just like looking at it, I seriously want to cry. I can't stop looking at it. So yeah, that was my first experience bridal shopping. After we were there, it wasn't like super busy, as I thought it would be, so we actually ended up having Justine try some stuff on, and she tried on like 5 or 6 dresses, and we found the one that we just like both instantly loved. It was perfect. It made her look, it was super rose goldy, like it was like really sparkly. It had like a cute little like bling right here, it had like cute little shoulders. It was very her, but it was also like, it stands out like, hey, like she's super important. So like even if I did have other people in the wedding, like you would know that like she's important. That was my first time. I freaking loved it. It was a great experience. My mom cried like a million times. She broke with Justine up. She apparently cried like the whole way up, and then she cried like a million times while I was there, and it was just so like, I don't know, it's just like one of those moments you're never gonna forget. Like it was like one of the coolest moments of my life, and everyone there was super nice. It was my consultant and another girl with like a little mohawk that just got married. I don't remember what her name was. They were both wonderful. I loved them so much. So yeah, that was my wedding dress experience, and like I said, I literally just want to put it on and wear it all the time. So I'm just gonna like play with it once I turn the camera off because I just love it so much. So that's that.